Hello and welcome back to Trigger Happy Havoc, and last time I said that I'd come up with a little bit more evidence for my theory that it's Byakuya and Toko. Keep in mind, he sent Toko off to go and do what, to go and get the pickaxe, and Genocide Jill is the one who came back. Which implies that something caused her to switch personalities. Now that could just have been a sneeze, or she saw blood and she fainted, and then Jill's the one who actually was willing to do this. I'm starting to like this theory. It's still a wild-ass guess, but maybe. I'll be smug as all hell if I'm right.
The ground was completely clean.
I have to agree, that certainly is strange. Maybe they didn't apply the blood at the scene. Maybe they covered the coat in blood beforehand.
They covered it beforehand?
When you discovered the body, was it wearing the coat like you normally would?
No, it was draped over it.
I think so.
Nope.
Wait, no. The head was through the neck hole, but the arms weren't in the sleeves.
And the whole thing was on
Then
backwards.
that settles it.
Sorry, I'm having a tough time keeping up. What settles what?
Here's what happened. The murder took place before the sprinklers went off. But the body didn't get wet, because the killer covered it with the tarp. Then, later, at the same time the killer was gathering up the tarp, they pulled the coat over the body, the coat they'd already covered in blood.
Yep.
This series of cover-ups was meant to disguise the actual time the murder occurred. They wanted us to think the murder happened sometime after the sprinklers had gone off, at 7:30.
Sometime for which the two of them had major alibis.
If that's actually what took place, it certainly becomes possible that the murder happened earlier.
But to pull all that off, wouldn't they
doable.
have had to go back to the garden after the sprinklers turned off?
That actually wouldn't have been all that difficult.
Huh?
They already had the coat ready, so they just had to grab the tarp and pull the coat over the body.
Could have done it in 2
They'd
minutes.
be done in no time.
Maybe. But still.
Hina, after you met up with Makoto in the dining hall, did you two stay together from that point on?
Yep.
Oh no. I headed off to the gym, and Makoto didn't show up till later.
Then he had plenty of time to spare, wouldn't you say?
Yep.
That's not...
Don't bother saying it's not possible.
Because it is.
I must admit, Kyoko's reasoning is sound. Makoto's alibi is inadequate.
Marvellous. Right. And the suspicion falls back on me again. Why? Why is Kyoko trying to entrap me? I don't understand. Because she's noticed how these trials work. The first two people are almost always red herrings. Sky's dead body's been added to the truth.
Well then, it looks like we're back to square one. Makoto's alibi is no good, so once again, our suspects are him and Kyoko.
For serious, man? Which one of them did it? Hey, why don't we let luck decide? Let's flip a coin. 50-50 odds.
Whoever's nearest, please smack him.
Oh!
See? Pretty good idea, right?
No!
No, not that. I just remembered something super serious.
Well, don't just stand there. Out with it.
You know that knife we found all black and burnt?
Yep.
The one we found stuck in the body before it exploded, right?
Yeah, this is not looking good for me.
According to the Monokuma file, the knife went all the way through, from front to back.
And yet, almost no blood pooling out underneath the body. Which definitely implies they were dead when when they were stabbed. So yes, the fatal blow was the blow to the back, the blow to the head with the metal pipe.
What about it?
I'm pretty sure I'd seen that knife somewhere before.
Yep.
That's what I thought when I first saw it. I just remembered.
Listen, more important, now that we have the knife, what are we going to do with it? We can't let Toko keep it, that's for sure. We don't know what she might do. I don't want it anyway. So, what do we do? Why don't you hang on to it, Makoto? Me?
It's the knife we gave to Makoto?
Yeah, this ain't looking good for me, is it?
You don't seem surprised. You must have noticed earlier.
Well, yeah, I'm not blind.
Yeah.
Then why did you hide that fact?
It's not that I hid it. It's just...
I couldn't be sure of what actually happened last night. I thought maybe I really did kill her.
Suspicious! Very suspicious indeed. The knife we found stuck in the body came from Makoto. Now I'm totally convinced he did it. 12,000% convinced.
Considering everything up till now, I should be able to make it clear. I have to prove I didn't murder anyone. I am not the killer. Based on what we know of the body prior to its explosion,
The knife we found
That
lodged in the
knife.
dead body.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
which is true,
It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
If he did have that knife before, then that seals it. Makoto did it.
nope.
Just because I had the knife once, that automatically makes me the killer?
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her.
Nope.
No, that's wrong.
The blood does not match. There should have been a lot more of it if the cause of death was stab wound
Wait,
through and through.
hold on. The stab wound isn't what killed Mukuro. That should be clear from the description of the cover-up we just heard.
Uh-huh.
Lies! We never talked about what killed her.
No, but we can infer.
No, don't you remember? The killer covered the dead body with the tarp, and then put the bloody coat on it, right?
Yep.
In other words, the victim never wore that blood-stained coat until after they were dead.
Yep.
Okay, fine. So what?
So the knife had gone clean through the coat.
When we discovered the body, the knife had been thrust through the coat along with the body. Meaning, if she wasn't stabbed until the coat was put on, and she was already dead at that point, obviously the stab wound isn't what killed her.
Bingo.
Maybe you stabbed her twice. Once to kill her and once to cover it up.
Nope. The victim was stabbed twice in the same spot. No, it's not. The exact condition of the body was written down for everyone to see in the Monokuma file.
The Monokuma file clearly states that there was only one stab wound.
Oh yeah, it sure did. I totally forgot about that.
Moron.
And the knife,
How is he still alive?
Was just another piece of camouflage set up by the true killer. They probably stabbed her to draw attention away from what actually killed her.
Or is everyone just deliberately not killing Hero on the grounds that he's so damn dumb that he makes an excellent diversion during all the trials?
Exploding the body afterward was probably meant to do the same thing. The explosion severely damaged the body, making it impossible to know what really killed her. It was all the killer's attempt to destroy all evidence of their crime.
Blowing it up's pretty goddamn efficient.
So they wanted us to notice the stab wound and then detonated the body afterward. They meant for us to latch onto the knife as the cause of death, then destroy any evidence proving otherwise.
Bingo.
Oh, hey, I have a question. It kinda goes back to the beginning, but
Go for
what's
it.
the deal with that explosion anyway? Why'd the body just blow up all of a sudden like that?
We
If
have
you
bomb
bothered
fragments.
to put that lump of gray matter between your ears to use, you'd know the answer.
Well, if you're so smart, just tell me.
I'll tell you. I bet some unknown quantum particle caused an atomic level spontaneous combustion!
Somebody smack him.
I might be dumb, but even I'm not dumb enough to believe that.
Go ahead, Makoto. Tell her or we won't make any headway on this.
We had bomb fragments by the corpse.
I got it! After the explosion, we found a tiny fragment of something on the ground near the body, right? That fragment reveals the cause of the explosion.
Huh? You know, I feel like I've seen something like it somewhere before.
That's only natural. Because, of course,
It's the bomb that was in
we
the
saw the
Monokuma
same
robot.
thing when we dismantled Monokuma. It's part of a bomb.
Oh! Then the explosion was because of the Monokuma bomb.
Yep.
Anyway, the culprit's motive is becoming more and more obvious by the minute. They wanted the knife wound to look like the fatal injury so that we'd suspect Makoto.
Yep.
And the only one who would benefit from that
Is Kyoto.
is the only other possible suspect. You, Kyoko.
It's not her, though. I think it's you.
Hold on a second, Byakuya.
What's the problem?
Well, I just feel like we need to think this through. We still don't know what actually killed the victim.
That's true. It's definitely bugging me. What really killed her?
Fine. I have no problem with that. Let us continue the debate. It won't change the facts of the case regardless.
We need to determine what killed the victim. We need to concentrate. Well, we know she suffered a blow to the back of the head, right? Okay, the file might be what we need.
Then, shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure. I guess.
Correct.
Well, yeah. She was already totally dead when that happened.
Yep.
And it wasn't because of the knife, right?
Nope.
And then there's
Blow to
only
the back of
one
the
other
head.
thing.
Oh, yeah. According to the Monokuma file, that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
Knife was a cover-up. All those other wounds in her body went fresh. She only leaves.
Then, shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet...
No,
Goodbye.
it's wrong.
We know what her fatal injury has to have been. Logical deduction.
Mukuro died because of the blow to the back of the head she suffered.
It's a good place to kill someone.
What about the wounds all over the rest of her body? They didn't have anything to do with it?
According to the file, are
The
all at least a couple
Monokuma
of
file
days
makes
old.
it clear that those weren't fresh wounds.
Oh yeah, good point. If they were old, I guess they don't really matter.
Okay, then we're safe in assuming the blow to the back of her head is what killed her.
Yep.
But then, what was the murder weapon?
The Monokuma file says she was hit with a blunt object, about as thick as a metal pipe.
Oh! I bet it was the pickaxe!
No.
How is that even possible? If you hit someone with that, it'd cave their skull in completely.
Well, maybe they held it the other way and hit her with the handle.
No way! The balance would be all off. You wouldn't be able to swing it with any kind of power. I wouldn't mind testing it on you if you want.
She's right.
No thanks. I bet you just hit me with the metal end and call it an accident.
I'd love to scoop out that nasty brain of yours, throw it on the ground and spit on it.
I feel the same way! Looks like we're on the same page this time.
That's kind of creepy.
Seriously?
We want to figure out what killed her, right? It just so happens we already know.
We already know? I knew we could count on you, Master.
So what was it?
Go ahead and tell them, Makoto. Surely you've deduced the real murder weapon?
Oh. Right. What did we find in the locker? We found arrows, and we found duct tape with blood on it. Now, why the hell would we have duct tape with blood on it? Unless somebody wrapped the arrows together and used them as a cudgel. Maybe?
I got it! Mukuro was hit in the back of the head with something, and that's what killed her. And that something was the titanium arrow we found in the locker in the dojo.
The locker that Kyoko had the key to.
Arrow. That's what the culprit attacked Mukuro with?
You'd think if you were going to do that, you'd stab him with
Indeed.
it.
There's no doubt about it.
Are you sure? That sounds kinda weird.
It is a bit odd.
Hey! How dare you backtalk, Master? You have no
Shut
right.
the hell up, Toko.
I'm not back-talking anything. I'm just saying what I think.
I say, unless you get... I'm getting annoyed at fictional people. If you're not going to say anything useful, keep quiet. I'm thinking. I don't blame Hina for doubting it, because there's one more thing about that weapon. One more secret. I stand by my previous statement. They they took the arrows and used duct tape on them. See? Bloody duct tape. That's one of our options.
The titanium arrow.
Sneaky. Very sneaky.
It was in the dojo locker, right? I have no doubt that was the murder weapon.
Are you sure?
You don't sound convinced. What's the problem?
Well, 'cause in the Monokuma file, it said the weapon must have been about as thick as a metal pipe, right?
Yep.
It seems like an arrow would just be too thin.
What? Damn it, I missed. There we go. Got
No,
it.
that's wrong. You're right. Just the one arrow would have been too weak. That's why the killer used another weapon.
The ultimate tool. Duct tape.
Another weapon?
Inside the dojo locker, we also found a balled-up wad of duct tape. The killer probably used this duct tape to bind multiple arrows together.
Fits what we know.
Bundling them together using the duct tape would easily create a single weapon as thick as a pipe. And that's exactly what the killer did.
It's similar to Aesop's fable about the bundle of sticks. One stick is weak, but put them together, and they become strong. It's meant to teach cooperation.
Damn, that's harsh.
Works
How is it
though.
harsh? Are you even listening?
Anyway, that explains the murder weapon. As for who the culprit is that stashed the weapon in the dojo locker,
The problem here is ultimately
it was
that...
you, Kyoko.
I've never been to the dojo.
And yet you had the key.
Oh no, you absolutely have.
How can you say that with such confidence?
Because we have proof, of course. Don't we, Makoto?
Unfortunately, we do. We have the key.
What's the matter?
But you had the, you had her room key, so you could have planted it. Yes, it's
Surely
all
you
coming
don't
up aces
intend
on
to
this
protect
one.
A murderer.
My theory holds
You
up.
know what will happen if you do, don't you? If you cover for the culprit, there's only one thing that can lead to. The death of us all, remember?
Of course I remember.
Then show us. Show everyone the evidence that proves Kyoko went to the dojo.
The key. It's obviously the key.
I got it! The one thing that proves Kyoko was in the dojo is... right here. The key to the dojo locker.
And how does that prove anything?
Because we found it in your room.
Because I found it in your room.
But I think it was planted there by,
It was
Kyoko.
in my room?
Not by Kyoko, by, the Byakuya.
Don't bother trying to play
Brain went blank
dumb.
for a second.
That key is just the final piece of the puzzle. Your non-existent alibi, your clear motive, your attempts to frame Makoto for the crime. This all proves that you are the true culprit. You can't explain this away, so just give up.
Hold on a second.
Not this again. You really are dead set on defending her, aren't you?
Yup.
No, it's not that I want to defend her. It's just, there's one more thing I need to ask her. Kyoko, I want you to tell me something. Last night, you were in my room, weren't you? Why? What were you doing there? That's what I need to know.
I was just protecting you.
What?
She was protecting me? Does that mean she... She knew I was being attacked. And she came to my rescue. Could that be when... Which would mean that Kyoko... She killed someone... for me.
That's enough. The time for idle chatter is over. A verdict is close at hand.
You are pushing this way too hard, matey.
I'm warning you. Don't make this mistake. I'm not the killer.
I knew you were stubborn, but this is just getting ridiculous.
Really? But you should know better than anyone I didn't do it. Can you tell me I'm wrong?
I should know?
What? Byakuya should know better than anyone? What does that mean? I'm telling you it's him, and he used Toko.
Those words you just spoke, what do you mean?
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer. You should understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya, what are you hiding?
Master would never hide something from me!
There's proof that you aren't the culprit.
Yeah,
Is
Lucky
that
Key
what
was
you're
hidden in her room. The room she didn't
You
have the key
stated
for.
a theory earlier. You said I hid the evidence of my crime in the dojo locker, and then left the locker key in my own room, correct? But could I really have done that?
Nope. The locker key isn't proof.
Those words you just spoke, what do you mean?
Exactly what I said.
I'm not the kid. You should understand.
Byakuya,
Master would never.
there's proof that you aren't the culprit.
No, that's wrong.
There isn't proof. There's supposition. Theory.
If I'm right, Kyoko wouldn't have been able to get into her room
Huh? Why not?
because she had given her room key to Byakuya.
I see. So that's what you meant. And if I had the key to your room...
Then obviously I had no way of getting in. Without my room key, I couldn't have possibly put the locker key in there myself.
You overplayed
Am I
it.
wrong?
It would appear not.
Then you're finally starting to understand.
No, that's not actually true. There's a clear contradiction in what Kyoko just told us. An obvious lie. But this just isn't like her. She's trying to save herself with such a desperate lie. Does she really feel that threatened? Because she's the killer? Or is it something else? Is there some deeper meaning hidden in what she said earlier? If you vote for me and I die here, the mystery of this school will stay hidden forever. Which is why I can't let that happen. This is a trap the Mastermind has laid for us. Mastermind's trap. Mastermind is trying to trap Kyoko, but what if that's not really true? I do. What should I do? What should I... Mastermind's trap. The victim was Mikuru, and Kyoko killed her. What does Kyoko really know? What am I supposed to do? Kyoko's lie. I'm the only one who knows it's a lie. I'm the only one who can expose it, but who can I trust? What am I supposed to do? The Mastermind's trap. If you spend all your time trying to avoid danger, you'll never move forward. We know the danger, but that risk means solving the mystery, then we have no choice. Am I wrong? What do I do? No, because I think I stand by my theory. I believe that there is something dodgy going on here, so I'm going to let it go. I've made my decision. I have to believe in Kyoko. There's no way she would kill someone. There has to be some secret here, something to do with the Mastermind's trap that Kyoko mentioned.
Does no one have a rebuttal? Have you decided to accept her assertion as fact? I see. So you still refuse to accept it. I suppose we have to admit that Kyoko didn't put the locker key in her room, that it was someone else.
But who else could it have been?
I mean, Byakuya had a room key, right?
Yep.
You! What are you trying to imply?
But of course I have an alibi. From nighttime on, I was with you guys the entire time. I couldn't possibly have killed anyone, or put the key in Kyoko's room.
Well, someone had to put the key in there.
There's only one other possibility I can think of. Someone could have had the key on them, then once they arrived at the scene, pretended to find it there.
What?
Oh, great. So he's swinging it back to me.
It had to be Makoto, right?
I don't see any other option.
Flaming typical.
Wait a second. You've got it all wrong. Let's think about it one more time. There's gotta be a hidden side to this case.
Huh? A hidden side?
First of all, there's something off about this entire trial. You all see it, don't you? Mukuro, who we didn't even know existed, suddenly shows up dead, and then we're thrown into a trial. And Kyoko even said, it's a trap the mastermind set for us. So that's why this has to be...
Okay, time's up!
The hell?
Huh?
Time's up! Class trial's all over! Everyone can stop talking now!
We have not reached a
What?
verdict.
Time's up?
What do you mean time's up? There's no time's up. Since when have we...
It's because you were late, so we had to push back the start time. So then, it's time for voting time, okay? Everyone, please vote using the lever in front of you!
You're pushing.
Voting time?
That was... We have no actual evidence. We have no goddamn idea who's actually done it. I hadn't had anything close to the amount of time to prove my potential theory, which was still a theory. I had no goddamn evidence.
Who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
Well, they're gonna pick me.
Hey, hold on! What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
They're gonna pick me with no bleeding evidence for it. Because he's rushed it. Well, tits. What? You think I'm the killer? Sorry, man.
Sorry.
It's all your fault. Everyone. You're wrong. You've got it all wrong. I didn't do it.
Yes, indeed.
Good job, everyone. Good job.
Yep.
Yep. They got it right. No. No, I know that's not true. None of this makes any sense. The whole damn trial doesn't make any sense.
Hey.
It makes perfect sense.
Shing!
It's the same as always. It's just like all the other class trials, and I'm going to end it the same way.
Thrills, chills, kills!
It's time for your heart-pounding, positively thrilling punishment. Something is very hinky here. Right, I'm going to end this part here, and we're actually going to maybe find out what the pissing hell is going on in the next one. So until then, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next part.